Stephanie Elam, thank you very much. Joining me now is Tim Weller, Program Manager, Phoenix International Holdings. Also with me, Sylvia Earle, oceanographer and explorer with National Geographic. Hello to both of you. Sylvia, I'll start with you. You've led more than 100 expeditions, 7,000 hours underwater. What kind of results do you expect from this search of the seafloor?
Well, it is a challenging task for sure, with so much area to cover and with limited capability. I mean, the bluefin is a capable system, but it just has a lot of area to cover. And there aren't many systems out there that can do this job.
So Tim, your company purchased a Bluefin 21, so you know quite a bit about this. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this technology?
Well, one of the primary advantages is the system is not connected to the ship. So if you're in really rough weather, the AUV is close to the bottom. It's unaffected by the ship's motion riding over the big waves. So with a towed system, there is a direct connection to the towfish. So as the ship travels over big waves, that motion would be translated back to the towfish. So in this search, the vehicle's disconnected. The quality of the data should be very good.
Okay, good. I hear you're agreeing with him, Sylvia?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
If you're looking from high above, you get less resolution than when you're close to the subject. And again, there aren't many systems that can go as deep as is required to get good resolution. And the autonomous systems are fairly new technology. When they found the Titanic, autonomous underwater systems of this sort simply did not exist. So there aren't many even now. That's part of the problem. If there were 20 of them out there, perhaps it would be more realistic to find what they're looking for in a shorter period of time.
Interesting. What about the question we had our Stephanie Elam look into, Tim? Can the Bluefin detect plane wreckage if it were buried in silt at the bottom of the ocean?
Well, having done many searches for airplane wreckage, helicopters and such, typically you don't find the wreckage is covered with silt simply because they're so far away from the rough weather. Like if it crashes into a shallow area, there's a lot of high current, then you would see some, possibly some silt covering debris. But when you get a wreck it's that deep, you're not going to see any silt, and the sonar would be a very effective tool for finding it.
The Navy tells CNN that the Bluefin can be reprogrammed to go as deep as 5,000 meters. Is that pushing the limit, Tim? I mean, what are the risks of pushing the depth limit?
Well, they test these pressure housings, the vehicles, to a specific depth rating, and when you go past that depth rating, you're going into what they call a safety factor, and that really is there to protect the technology. If they go too deep, the 1 atmosphere housings would implode, and you lose the tool that you're trying to search for, search the debris. If at all possible, you don't go past that depth rating. You want to keep the equipment safe to continue the search.
And so then it is lost forever then, so that defeats the purpose. Sylvia, what about a manned underwater vehicle? China has the Sea Dragon. It can go to 7,000 meters underwater. And most of the passengers on board the Chinese, most were Chinese. Why isn't the Sea Dragon out there is a question.
Well, once the target is found, deploying manned systems and remotely operated tethered vehicles to actually recover equipment makes sense. But to deploy the Sea Dragon or any of the other deep submersibles that exist, and there aren't very many in the world, that can go as much as 2.5 or 3 miles. Very small fleet of deep manned and deep robotic systems. But they are most useful once you have found what you're looking for. They really have a very limited area, and they move much more slowly than the Bluefin. Bluefin seems relatively slow compared to, say, an aircraft or a ship on the surface, but much faster than sending a manned system down where you really don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Even if you have, and they would have sonar, but you see the bluefin, and there's several other pieces of equipment that are designed to do this survey and imaging with sound. But there is a place, and I
Right.
love the place for manned systems and the robot, but first you have to find the equipment.
All right, Sylvia. Sylvia and Tim, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us here on CNN this evening. Coming up.